What's going on, guys? Matt here with Carolina Coops, coming to you live from Creedmoor, North Carolina. Welcome to Video Chicken, where we answer any and all of your questions about chicken coops, chicken coop construction, chickens, and every now and again we get off topic. So hope everyone's doing well. Happy Friday. We have actually made it. I just barely made it. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't even had a chance to change my shirt. Even though I do love this shirt, one of my favorite trees is the California redwood. But even better than that is a sequoia. If you've never seen them, definitely highly recommend going out and seeing them. So we're going to get started. I'm going to give you guys a chance to get in here. Hopefully everything's going to work out well. And the reason why I mentioned that is, as you can see, Kristen's not here yet. She will be here, but Ingrid's not here again. And last week's show was tough without Ingrid, to be perfectly honest with you. And we hope that she is okay. Looks like everything is streaming, going through. At least I hope it is. And I still have food in my mouth, so if flying objects come out. So I don't have anyone on yet. Oh boy, this is where I get nervous. Making sure everything's working. I do see Mackenzie's in the green room. Mackenzie, I appreciate that. No comments yet. All right, so Nana, if you're listening. Oh, okay. Thank you. Right on cue. Looks and sounds good. All right, well, maybe everyone's busy today. I don't know. Usually we got people already. Maybe it's just going to take a little bit. So as I was saying, Kristen's running late. I'm going to excuse her on this one when it comes to your children. That is perfectly fine. So hopefully everything's good there. But more importantly, Ingrid was supposed to be here today, and she's not. She is not feeling well, and I'm sure she won't mind me sharing that. It's not the same without her here, and it got so bad this morning she had to go off to the hospital. So if everyone out there, prayers, thoughts, positive juju, whatever it is you believe in, please send them our way. I don't know what's going on. I try not to be too nosy, even though I am a very nosy person. Hopefully everything is going well. So I'm not getting the numbers of how many people are there watching, but hopefully you guys are there watching and everything looks good, sounds good. Looks like we got a couple more people. Appreciate that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I was hoping Kristen would be walking in any second because it's always helpful having her answer any and all questions. We're going to check on her real quick. 12:04, so she's got less than 60 seconds to perform what we call AIS. Not sure if anyone has any idea what AIS stands for. I think Non invented it, but basically it's ass in seat. Strict around here when it comes to our children. All right, Mackenzie, I see you in the green room. Are you ready? It's been a couple of weeks. Okay, she's waving. I'm going to try to do this without Ingrid.
She just pulled in.
Perfect. That is Non again. She has a microphone. And, oh my goodness, let's see if I can add. Nope. So I got to do this. I hope I don't screw this all up. There she is. Looking good, I may say. Love the glasses. How you doing today, Mackenzie?
Good. It's sweater weather here.
Oh, forget that.
I'm super excited about it. That means soup and apple cider and corn mazes and all sorts of fun fall things.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. So thanks for joining us. I heard you do have some questions, and it's funny that you already mentioned that and that we got that. It's that time of year, I guess. I wouldn't know being down here in the South, and I've been down in the South for over a year now. Gosh, it's just been warm. Right now, we're actually experiencing our beautiful weather. Uh-oh, is she going to make it? Is she going to make it before 12:05 clicks? Is she going to do it?
Kristen, run!
I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Not bad. Oh, you're late. It just clicked 12:05.
I have 12:05 on my computer.
Look,
That's right.
Look, I brought you liquor from South Carolina.
Wait, you brought who liquor?
You.
Me or Mackenzie?
Whoever can drink it.
I have to travel to North Carolina to get the liquor from South Carolina.
Okay, I don't know if we're supposed to be talking about alcohol. We're supposed to be talking about chickens
Okay.
and coops. But you are a person
Thanks,
that loves
Kristen. I appreciate it.
You didn't hear Non, right? Okay, all right. Now we're going to try to get started. My ticker is not coming up. That really bothers me. So everyone that is watching, oh, and thank you already. Looks like Mackenzie got the librarian compliment. Please say hi if you're watching. Let us know that you're watching. Give us a little hi, a wave, a thumbs up, and let us know where you're watching from. And I did see someone from Western New York. I want to say we got a James from Buffalo, New York. Welcome, Kristen.
Thank you.
I did let everyone know I was going to give you a little bit of a break. I hope everything's going well.
Yeah, hopefully.
There's big do.
Yeah.
But I was just telling everyone too, she had to go to urgent care this morning.
Oh, really? What's wrong with her?
I don't know. I did ask. I felt bad. So I did ask everyone for your thoughts, prayers, positive juju, again, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Please. I get really, really worried about people. I'm one of those people, but I'm sure everything will be great. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. So please, in this show, we don't have anything too specially planned. This is my last show before I leave for a while. I am going to attempt. I know it has been such a crazy morning. I have orange juice spilled on my shirt. I'm still trying to finish breakfast. Just got done having a meeting with our artist, which is always very, very exciting because this is when you get to put sales on paper. Okay. Well, that's not exciting.
Yeah, that is.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to Mackenzie. So again, everyone, thanks for joining us. We are live. Happy Friday. It is September 10th. Tomorrow, September 11th, 20 years. Mm-hmm. That is crazy. All right, let's go ahead and get started with Mackenzie. She's got some questions. So Mackenzie, fire away.
All of my questions are basically everybody is getting ready to gear up for winter. So all of my questions have to do with winterization. And the first most broad is, what is the best way to winterize my coop? I can hear Gus breathing.
This mic.
Yeah, that's not me.
See, there's the food.
That's not me at all.
I didn't think it was. It sounded non-human.
Move down south is the best way to winterize your coop.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Nan just said move down south. That's the best way to winterize your coop. Although the heat is actually more stressful to chickens than the cold. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because we are going to go to, boom, there it is, this wonderful, beautiful website. So the question is, what do I got to do to prepare my chicken coop for winter? My normal answer is you shouldn't have to do anything. However, when we refer to a coop, and when I do anyways, I always refer to hopefully two parts. You have the hen house and you have the run. And I think people are still very confused about what to do with the cold and how to deal with it. And I can tell you, one of the things that I love about all our coops is we have that attached run that has a solid roof over top of it. And I would think that most people that have built their own coops maybe have that. If you have just a hen house where they go out in free range, this is not going to apply to you. That's going to be very different. But the point is, this is going to make you realize if you don't have a run with a solid roof over top of it, why it's such a huge benefit, especially in the cold. So what do we know about chickens? They got to get out, scratch, free range, right? They need to work.
Right,
all right.
Absolutely.
All right, good. Glad we got that part done. So here is the word when you're thinking about winter and the cold. And the other thing, too, that's really funny is most of our customers in the South, they're more concerned about the cold than the customers up north, which should not be the case. The word is consistency. It's really this simple. So let's go to a still picture here.
Yeah, I was getting distracted by all that movie.
Oh, I noticed. I gotta suck you in here. I know you're just sitting down. I just sat down. Let's go to all right, here's a great picture. All right, right above us. Here's a great picture right there. So here you got the hen house, here you got the run, solid roof. Now, what's the hen house do? That's where the chickens sleep at night, and that's where they lay their eggs, okay? And with all of our coops, you block the wind chill. Oh, did we lose Mackenzie? Oh, what happened? Oh, I guess we may have lost Mackenzie there for a second. Error starting interview session. Error. Oh, boy. Mackenzie, if you're listening, we lost you. I didn't realize that. Please contact support. Oh, boy, something's going on. All right, Mackenzie, I am sorry. It's not going to work. We got one question in, but this is a good question. It is a great topic.
I have a short answer, though.
Is my answer too long? Well, it's important. This whole show is about educating.
I know.
She's going to keep trying.
Yeah, you really have to do very little for the winter. And, in a coop like this, all just maybe shut a couple windows. That's it.
That's not enough. That doesn't explain it. And again, it's so critical to explain why. You don't.
But don't shut off all the ventilation.
I see what's going on. Normally we see Ingrid
No, I
because
got a phone call from the car dealership and it shut everything down.
Oh, so it wasn't us. All right, okay, good. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the long answer because again, this is so important.
You and your long answers.
Well, I'm trying to keep it short, but is it not important to understand why? So again,
No,
the word.
it is. It is. We
Thanks.
need both. We need the quick answer, and then we need the expanded upon it.
And we got a whole hour to burn up. We got
Burn up. Why?
I know it's 12:11.
There's one way to do that.
And in about 2 seconds, it's gonna be what to one
Do you like
1:30.
Bailey's?
Focus, Kristen.
From my home state of South Carolina.
We're gonna get to that in a little bit.
Eager to
Okay.
try it.
So, consistency. So you got the hen house at night, and all of our designs, or if you're building a chicken coop, you got to make sure you can block the wind chill, okay, or AKA drafts. But you still have to have ventilation. So very, very critical. You still got to let the ammonia from the chicken urine escape, but you got to block the wind chill. Now, it's the wind chill that really sucks. For people that live up north, they know what I'm talking about. It could be 10 degrees outside, but if the sun's out and there's no wind, it's actually not bad. That wind picks up, you're toast. I mean, that is actually what can kill you in the cold. So you got to block the wind chill. So the point to that is it's not so much the temperature, but to answer your question, what should I do in the winter? If you want to keep your chickens happy, okay, we're still sharing the screen, right? I hope. Notice the run area. This is where chickens got to come down during the daytime and feed and eat and scratch and be chickens. Make the temperature the same. Well, we got visitors. We got to make the temperature the same. I'm just going to mute you for a second. Interview mute. Okay, just muted you for a second, Mackenzie. So how do we do that? Well, we have a solution for that. It's almost like that's the t-shirt we need to invent is we have the answer. So if we go to carolinacoops.com and click on shop, what are you doing?
I'm reading comments while you're expanding upon your expanded response.
So how do you make the temperature consistent between the hen house and the run? You go to Carolina Coops polycarbonate winter storm shields. These things are the best. They are not cheap. All right, so I'm gonna forewarn you. Can you get away with regular plastic? Absolutely. I've done it for a long time. Probably still do it. The reason why I love polycarbonate is when installed correctly, you can't see them. But more importantly, polycarbonate is a much better material than plexiglass. Now, you can get away with plexiglass, but it can potentially become brittle or will become brittle and crack easily. But what I really don't like about plexiglass is it really gets yellow, which drives me nuts. That's going to look awful. You're going to be like, oh, what are my chickens in there smoking up cigarettes? You think you got all these nicotine stains. Polycarbonate doesn't do that. Absolutely love polycarbonate. So we custom cut them on our CNC. We cut them for, am I in trouble? I was on a roll. What are we?
You want to try it?
Jeez. It's like we're a bunch of alcoholics. So what the run
Friday.
covers do is they make it so you block the wind chill between, you block the wind chill coming inside the run. You also block the snow from coming in if you got rain, whatever. But the temperature is the same coming from the hen house to the run. You do not want to or should you heat your hen house. And that's where the word consistency, I cannot emphasize that enough. If you're going to heat your hen house, you insist, no, Matt, I got to heat my hen house. Well, you better heat your run. Because here's what happens. If you heat your hen house, most likely you have it insulated. And if you have it insulated, you're blocking moisture, which is really bad. Because that moisture is going to get on the chickens. And then when they go outside into the colder temperature, even if you got the storm shields on and you're blocking the wind chill, but that rapid change in temperature can actually stress them and cause more harm and increase the chances of frostbite.
Going outside after a nice hot shower to get the mail.
Exactly. So you do not need to heat your hen house, block the wind chill, still offer ventilation. And again, our storm shields right here do an excellent job. And of course, you have a video by yours truly. Check that out. Anything else you guys want to add to the winter storm shields? We do have over there. I guess she's pouring herself some Baileys. It is Friday.
I don't know if it's exactly Bailey's, but that's what it looks like to me.
Was that the long answer?
How about, did you talk about the heated water system?
No, not yet. We only asked what do we got to do to the coop. No, we can definitely get into the heated water system.
The heated water system is attached to the coop, and it facilitates the chickens inside the coop.
So,
I would consider that part of the winter.
all right, your mic is off, but that one's off. If you want to hit 3 and sit and hang out or whatever you want to do, just FYI. But you got to make sure you can hear us. We do also, one of the other big problems about wintertime is dealing with the water for the chickens to drink. Well, again, if we go back to the website, if you've never seen this, people, it is the best. Our customers absolutely love it. You are.
Yes.
I just got done meeting with the artist where we are going to be going to market. Not everyone. You really couldn't resist the. And it is, no, okay.
It's my calling in life. This is what I do, and it makes everybody happy. It's great. Nobody yells at me.
More, except for when they say more.
Right. It's fine.
All right. So as Nan was saying, and we'll probably get into this in a little bit. We should talk about this a lot. Is we have invented a system where you do not, as long as you got power, got to have power. Speaking of power, we definitely should talk about solar today. I have missed that.
Oh, thank you.
Or are we celebrating? We could celebrate. There is some news.
Okay.
We've lived through yet another week.
Another week.
Another week. Yay.
Yay.
Okay. Oh, wait. Is that?
It's pretty good.
Oh, it's like dessert.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. That was unplanned. Thank you, Nan.
Breakfast break.
Oh, is there something else to celebrate?
We completed our first chicken coop out of the new shop.
Oh, applause. Yay.
What? I'm not allowed to say that? Applause? Applause? Yeah, I don't care anymore.
It's been said.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it's been. I don't care. They're not paying our mortgage.
yeah,
If the local government wants to pay our mortgage, they can do what they
Maybe
want.
that was for your own use. Maybe that was your own personal
Whatever.
use.
Okay. So back to the show. Heated water system. So Mackenzie, I hope that answered
Poor
that question.
Mackenzie.
And Mackenzie's like, I like to have some. That is actually really, really good.
It's okay. I make it's like a play on a White Russian. There's a Empire
That was delightful.
Cream
Thank you, Kristen.
whiskey
welcome.
up here.
Happy birthday,
And then
Nan.
you mix
Thanks.
it with a little
Appreciate
bit
it.
of cinnamon. It's great.
Sorry, you were getting. Nan can't hear you talking, but I didn't hear what you said. Something. I heard White Russian. I'm surrounded by bartenders.
Basically,
Gotcha.
I love it.
So I appreciate
much
it.
fun.
Everyone, I'm so glad the comments are coming in. It's not telling me how many people are there, so unfortunately, I won't know how many people are here. But you know what? You guys are here. Definitely, if you haven't already, please say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. And remember, if you have any question, no matter what it is, whether it's chicken coop, construction, materials, anything that has to do with chickens, and obviously chickens, let us know. Are you going to sit? You want to bring that mic up, put the headphones on, Don?
No, I'll just sit here and butt in like I usually do.
Okay, well, pull that mic then to you because that drives me crazy. I can't hear you. Do not. Yep, there you go. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. All righty, Nana, everyone.
Am I coming in
I don't
clear?
know if I
See?
can be turned
Yes.
up.
Huh?
Yes.
That sounds good.
Sounds very good.
I don't know.
Okay, so what's another question you've been getting lately in the office?
Because it's molting season, what can I do to help my hens through their molt?
That is interesting.
It's a
Almost.
little early.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little early, but we are coming into molting
Yes,
season.
yes.
So, real quick, before you answer that question, I don't want the short answer. I want the long, drawn out answer. We have a lot of people are like, "What the hell's molting?" So, explain to us what molting is, please.
That's when they stop laying and they get new feathers. Actually, molting technically is just getting new feathers.
Why?
But they do. But everyone needs to know that they do stop laying.
So, what is what is molting? They're shedding their feathers. They're losing feathers, and as their feathers fall out, they look like, oh God, you've had a rough week, haven't you?
There's two ways to do it. Sometimes they look terrible, and that is the preferred method because they get it over with quickly. And some lose one feather at a time, and you barely notice, or you don't notice at all, but they take their sweet time getting all new feathers. So that is not preferred, even though it looks better, because they are the egg laying production is going to be delayed.
Okay, why? Oh, our phone. I don't know.
Because they don't start laying until after they're done with their
Right,
molt.
but okay. Here's a great picture of a chicken molting. So basically, it's very common. It's actually a good thing that it's happening.
So as far as their diet goes, I would just make sure they have a well-balanced diet with plenty of protein.
So here we see a chicken molting in mid-January. So they have to lose. So feathers don't grow like human hair. I think that's a big misconception, right?
Right.
Right. So you can't just trim the end of the feather and then the feather's going to grow back. It's literally, I think of it, 'cause, I'm a huge fan of reptiles. It's like a snake has to shed its skin. Insects do the same thing. They have to shed their exoskeleton or they can't grow. So chickens do the same thing. They molt the feathers. They shed those feathers. That is going to require them to have a lot of protein. Right?
That's right. They need protein for that.
And that's one of the reasons why egg production is going to go down, not to zero, but one of the reasons, too, why you may not want to introduce artificial lighting, right, in the wintertime, keeping them laying. And I want to say just recently, I didn't know this. I can't remember if you mentioned it or Dr. Crespo. If you add the artificial lighting and they keep laying, they won't molt.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. So then you have the same ugly feathers year after year.
Yeah, so that I didn't know that. Okay, I don't know what to drink. Orange juice, water.
The exception is if spring chicks won't molt and won't stop laying their first winter if they're hatched early enough in the spring.
Maybe I need to molt.
I was just kind of thinking that.
Well, don't we molt? Don't we molt
I need
already?
all new feathers.
I also found a
Maybe
feather
I am
stuck to
old.
my, well, I don't know. It must have been stuck to my sweater. I ran back out to my car and there was a Pickles feather on my seat. So Pickles is losing her feathers all the time.
Yeah, they do go through a lot of molts, like small molts as they're growing from chicks to adults.
She's getting very, very plump. She's a much larger bantam than I thought she would be because Bologna is still so small. I can fit Bologna in my purse and bring her.
Love the names. All right, we have time for one more question from the shop. Questions that are coming in from the shop.
This may have already been asked, but I know Miss Francine sent me an email and wanted to know if predation is usually higher in the fall because the animals are also gearing up for winter and things of that nature.
I don't know for sure, but
That's a
think
great
I
question.
think it's the spring.
I want to say the spring as well.
And
But
we need someone to go ding, ding, ding. Answer is.
oh, we need a ding, ding,
I
ding.
don't
Yeah.
know. There's a fox that consistently walks around my coop. He's still there. He's just things out. But
The only time I've seen a fox is in the spring when they're feeding their young.
I have them all year, all the time. There's a giant coyote that wanders around. I've had to deal with fishers. I've had to deal with minks. I've had weasels.
Men.
Before. Yeah, them too.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. All right, Mackenzie, thank you so much. It's great to see you. Hope everything's going well in New York. I hope you're ready to hold the fort down because Evan departs tonight. The time has come. We are back on the road. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to get on the camera as much as possible, but boy, are we getting back to the old school ways of Matt being on the road, and God only knows what's going to happen, but I hope you guys are able to hold the fort down up there, and Non's going to be in charge down here. It's going to be fun. Are you excited, Mackenzie? Oh, I think I already lost her. I guess she got mad at me. I'm not sure what happened there.
No, I'm sure it's technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties all the time. All right. Well, that was fun. So what do you got here other than you brought us liquor and not now you have to finish this. And I know you're like, come on, you got this.
Sorry, I'm just going to enjoy it. Well, I went to the farm store that I frequent often, and they were giving out these samples.
You're not allowed to say the name of the store.
Hudson's. I
yeah,
love
you're there. Like
Hudson's.
I swear you work there. You're there every day.
Yeah, I love Hudson's. Farm to Flock hen treats, protein blend for hens. So they were giving these out, and they do have some different stuff in them that I was kind of surprised to see. Black soldier fly larva, pea, your favorite, pumpkin seed, papaya, wheat, and safflower. So here we go.
No, we are not about. What are you doing?
What? I have a video of the chickens eating it. Did you? It's on Drive if you want to show it. But anyhow, I just thought I have a video showing what they
I
pick out
thought you
of
were
here.
about to do a taste test.
Well, you want some? You want to try it, Non?
I eat all of those things. Not.
You eat soldier fly larva?
Oh, I don't eat that.
Well, that doesn't even look that
it's
bad.
questionable.
Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Here, you want one?
No. Okay, so check this out. So this looks good. Okay, so
So it's just different. I don't see any of this really in traditional scratch grains.
Gus
So
is like, I'm
I
right
give
here.
them a
All right, so this is by
a
Purina.
gold star for creativity.
Absolutely. All right, so Purina, I know right there. Again, we're not being sponsored. They're not paying us. We're just chicken
Yeah,
people wanting to
just-
share good
yeah.
stuff.
But if they wanted to pay us, that would be awesome.
Yeah, or just send us more of this. But I dropped some off at Ingrid's house, and I was curious what her chickens liked out of it. My test might have been unfair because I did go to the store to get feed because they were out of feed. So they were starving, and they ate everything immediately. So I don't know if that's a fair test. So I don't know if you want to bring that up. That can just play in the background. It was lots of fun.
I got to sign in. I'm not in on this computer. I apologize. Maybe next time. But this is great. Well, I appreciate you. I don't have Ingrid here. If Ingrid was here, she... Oh, there's the phone ringing. Okay. So, treats are good, but what's the rule of thumb when it comes to treats, right? Just like with children and sugar and sweets. Well, you're going to disagree. You're like, what's wrong with eating cookies for breakfast? So are these the pumpkin seeds right here?
Now that's a high protein nugget, which I really thought they were going to pass that up, but
Here,
they did
you want to try it?
It looks like a cornflake. It really doesn't look that bad. 18% protein for the bag. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah. Oh,
What'd you
God.
eat? The protein?
I didn't eat the peas, that's for sure. All right, let's go to some
I
comments.
can't believe you can't bring up my video. Where can I send it?
It's not that I can't. Give me some time. You just threw that on me. All right, so we got a lot of people commenting, talking. Thank you so much. I don't like that I can't see how many people we have. We have been wanting to grow this show, and I tell you, for everyone out there, and I can't thank you enough. So many times we get private messages where people are like, what can I do to help you out? Da, da, da. Share, promote the show, help us build the audience. All right, so we're gonna go right at the top. I know this is what drives you guys nuts. We got a hi from Alabama. Love Alabama. Buffalo, New York. Mike Trapp, I think he was referring to Mackenzie, the librarian. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say sexy, but hey, who wouldn't take that compliment? But I don't. Get me in trouble. I'm just the messenger. Shelly says, I asked this on Instagram message, but question. Would you like to read it? Would you like to take it from here?
Yeah. Is there any particular poultry netting that you would recommend? I know you had poultry netting that you really liked, and I don't remember what it was. I haven't used poultry netting, and I assume that is the movable electric poultry netting and fence. Is that what she means by that?
Used to be a bug guy.
What?
This is going back to my bug guy days.
I don't know. Really? Like to put it over my whole coop. Mm-hmm. Oh, like bird exclusion.
That used to be a bug guy.
Thank you very much. I have a great recommendation. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Sorry, I misunderstood the
It's
question.
been a long time since I've been in the industry, and I used to be a bug guy. And I used to love bird exclusion work. And we used a 3/4 by 3/4 ultraviolet resistant nylon netting, heavy duty. So if you're going to go out and shop for bird netting, I wouldn't really search for poultry. Even though I haven't done it in a while, I can tell you, if you're looking for some good stuff that we used to use commercially, do a Google search for poultry or bird exclusion. And I can tell you, I've tried all kinds of different types of netting. 3/4 by 3/4 is the best. Black, so it absorbs the light. You're going to see clear. It's not really clear. You're going to see white. No. You want black. And you want to make sure it's ultraviolet resistant because this thing's just going to be exposed to the sun.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you don't want it to break down. And heavy duty. We tried the lighter stuff. No, when you start hog ringing it, doing all kinds of different applications, it just doesn't last. Now, my favorite company, again, I wish they would sponsor us, and I don't know if they're even still around. I got to assume they are. They were a great company. They're called Bird Barrier. I should maybe contact them
This is available on Amazon as well. I've bought it off Amazon.
What do you mean you bought it off Amazon?
For the,
Since when?
for the community garden, we used it.
I did not know about
Yeah,
this.
and we used the hog rings. Those are awesome.
When was this?
I have my own hog ringer. I do other things outside the show.
Since when?
I'm even building a chicken coop this weekend.
I was going to pretend to spit there. That would probably been good. But I didn't want to waste the orange juice. No, I know. All right. So hopefully that helps. But here's the thing. You can have the best netting in the world. It really comes down to how you're going to hang the netting. And that's where I'm not going to get into all that right now. I would love to, but I can tell you it's all about how you're mounting the hardware, the cabling. Mm-hmm. She just mentioned the hog ringer.
Maybe a center support or
a center support.
If
you do
it over the coop.
Yeah, if you're good. Well, you don't want it rubbing on the. Well, it depends on how it's built too. You don't want it rubbing on the metal roof. I'm definitely a fan. Think of it like a circus tent, and getting turnbuckles and ferrules and crimpers in there, and you get that wire nice and tight. You can upgrade to stainless steel, so you never have to worry about it rusting. I would love to, because I see more and more people wanting to do that, and Ingrid did it on her coop and did a really, really good job. So Dee Dee Newman, big fan of ours. I'm wondering if you have any advice on moving my 6x18 American coop that I just had delivered in April.
That's pretty big.
That's a good size scoop. We may be moving, and now when I'm reading this and I use caps, that's yelling, right? So I should be like,
or emphasis.
Want my coop to come with me because I love it. Well, Dee Dee, thank you. Oh, so here's the thing about our coops, and I can tell you can tell a lot about a product by how heavy it is. Our coops are heavy. A 6x18, that's got to be pushing 1,600 to 1,800 pounds. And so it's not the lightest thing to move, but it's big. It's big and bulky, and that can get real tricky. So the first thing you got to do is think about what you're going to put it up on to start moving it, and then what are you going to put it up on, like a trailer, to move it.
Right.
So some quick advice. Physics. Let's see.
And I mean, you might even want to try calling a shed moving company, maybe one with a rollback for one that size. I have a 6x12 landscape trailer, utility trailer, that the standard chicken coop fits on. But the 18-foot, you'd have to take off a few panels or get a longer trailer.
Or, no, we've done it one time. I think we used your trailer.
Make sure the heavy end.
Make sure the hen house is on the tongue weight. Yeah, absolutely. We mounted or strapped the ramp to the bottom of the trailer, to the bottom of the coop. But that's still highly illegal. You're not allowed to hang off, if I remember correctly, federal
I'm
DOT.
sure it was a very short distance.
Regulations. No, we went bar hopping one night doing that. Do you remember that? And we were all going to get in the back of the coop while Sean drove us down the highway.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Thank God, because we didn't realize there was a 2-foot gap at the end of the ramp. And I know one of us would have fallen off. And we were even going to get a disco ball. Anyways, so make sure the hen house is on the tongue side of the trailer. You got to have that tongue weight. But moving it is the hard part. So here's some advice. Physics. See if I find a good picture. So here's an 18-footer right here. I can tell you right now, right about, if you guys can see my arrow, that's going to be the pivot point. If you were to put some type of dolly system right there, you can put a wheel dolly, like what we use. You know what? What the hell?
Or the car dollies.
Well, I was going to say, I have dollies made up that we use for our chicken coops, and maybe I can share that.
Right. But if you just want a one-time use, you could probably just do a car dolly.
No, the wheels are too small. You really got to have some big, beefy tires, some off-road pneumatic tires. What, you don't like my dollies I made?
No, I do. I just, for a one-time use, I don't know if someone's
one-time use, PVC.
Yeah.
Schedule 40, 4-inch PVC. And the best way to explain how to use PVC, just Google how the Egyptians move stone. It's that simple. Everyone's like, oh, I don't know how they did it. No, it's real simple. It was physics. That's what they did. They used physics. But I can tell you, if you start right here, well, if you use the PVC rollers, if you get like for an 18-footer, get like 6 of them that are 8 foot long. And pick up on the light end, have someone go right here. All right, go right there with the first roller and then set it down. And now you can actually rock the entire coop with one finger. It's quite incredible. But if you do the PVC technique, you can actually start moving it by adding more PVC. Then as you push it, when you miss or when the coop rolls off the one piece of PVC.
I don't know if that's pertinent.
Oh, is this breaking news? Do we have breaking news? We haven't done chickens in the news in so long.
No breaking news.
Do we have? Oh, it's not breaking
But
news.
if you really want to make your life harder while you're moving your coop, strap a baby to yourself.
Nan has done it multiple times. That is true.
I'll take the rest of this crazy.
All right. Well, so we'll get to that. I thought we had some breaking news. We need breaking.
Another thing that I know that we've done is jacked up the hen house with a car jack on a block or something, piece of wood, to just get that. Maybe if that's only when there were two people.
Oh God, yeah, there is that. If you got a big car jack, I don't want to confuse people because
Well, if you can't just lift up, that
you can
heavy
absolutely
coop,
you can lift.
jack it up.
You
with
lift
the
right
car
here
jack.
and you lift right here. You go straight up. You create enough gap. Slide that PVC underneath here.
Okay.
It's gonna rock. But then add more PVC and then start pushing it. You'd be amazed how easy you can push it and even turn it if you start directing the PVC. And then as the coop comes off of one PVC back here, you got your runner. And they go do 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 do, and they bring it back up front here. But that's not gonna get you up on the trailer. That's where the real magic is. Getting the coop up on the trailer. And that's where the dollies come in, as far as I'm concerned.
And having just people behind pushing.
The more people, the better.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
It seems like we've tried a winch too.
I wish. Oh, I used to use a winch when it was just
Yeah.
Nan and I. I had a winch to my trailer. But I tell you, the other thing too. You know what? What we used to do in the very, very beginning. This might be something for Dee Dee to try, and that is, oh God, it is doable. I will use Trosa, for example, here in Durham, North Carolina. And it's a great program, a nonprofit program, and you could actually pay to have their employees come out. And they would bring a bus of them. There would be like 18 of them. They all put their gloves on, and they would just pick the whole thing up and carry it in.
Yep, laborers.
So, yeah, laborers. You can always muscle it in. So maybe check that out. So she's in Northeast Ohio. Boy, you're going to be running out of time soon, too. So I hope that helps, Dee Dee. Don't be scared to give us a call. I would have no problem talking to you off air to help you a little bit more with that, but I don't want to confuse people with it. But physics, if there's a will, there's a way. If you got a lot of friends, give them eggs, all that good stuff. All right, moving on down. There's my father, Jerry. Hello, Jerry. North Wales. Is that England? Okay.
Britain.
There's a difference between England and Britain? Mm-hmm. Hi from Ontario, Canada. Nice, she can make it. Bolded.
You told people
Oh,
I was at a doctor's appointment, right?
I mentioned that you were assisting your child, which is always the first thing a
At the
parent should always do.
doctor.
At the doctor's, yeah. I mean,
It was
I'm
a
not gonna,
doctor's appointment.
I don't want to get into great detail, but I figured, yeah. I could hear my dad saying that. I see you can make it. Oh, boy.
Oh, look, there's me.
Yeah, there's you. Hi from the show. Okay, thanks for the short summary. Dee Dee says, I bought the polycarbonate run covers as we were in the heart of the Ohio snow belts. This will be my first winter with them. You will love them.
Yes.
Promise you, you will love them.
I've seen that concept in action at your farm in upstate Western New York. But you do have a shortcut. I mean, a hack.
Oh, yeah, plastic.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Polycarbonate's expensive.
If you wrap your whole coop in plastic, it has the same.
It doesn't get any more redneck.
Yes.
But it does have the same
effect. May
effect.
not look as good, but keeps the snow out, keeps the warmth in, just like a greenhouse.
Uh-oh. FlexJet Mech. Kristen. I love how that's the first time someone's actually directed it right to you.
That's nice.
I like that. We have a broody hen that we keep taking eggs from, but have since decided to introduce new chicks.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Question is, how is the timing with winter approaching, and should we stop taking eggs? So this is a great question because this gets tricky.
That is tricky. It's not the ideal time of the year to hatch chicks. And that's because the length of the day is getting shorter and shorter, and there isn't enough daylight for optimal development for those chicks. Typically, we see chicks that are raised in the fall and winter, artificially, of course, because it really probably wouldn't happen in nature. But we see those being, some say, the weaker ones of the flock. But I still have done it. Using a light is certainly appropriate here. And the other caveat is I have, when attempting this time of year, I've had the broody give up because it seems like she knows it's not the right time. So I would just put that out there that your chances are going to be a little bit less than what they would be any other time of the year, just because the hen knows also that it's not the right time of year. But if you want to try it, I would go ahead and try it, because having a broody hen is a blessing and you can make it work. You don't say what part of what your weather is, if you're going to have a harsh winter, but we do have some time, and I think it's possible. I think it's worth a shot.
Very well. Very good. Very well said. Very good. 'Cause it definitely can be tricky. And we do get that brought up a lot. But I tell you, there's one of my favorite things now that I've learned from you about keeping chickens is letting the mama hen be the brooder, be the everything. And we just had this conversation with a customer the other day, and they were just like, what? What about? I said, no, they do it all. It's amazing. And my favorite is, I'll never forget in Alabama. I got to find the picture. Her mama hen brought the babies down the ramp in her wings.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I have pictures of it. Oh, excuse me. My dad yelling at me as always. Focus. Bailey's for breakfast. Hello from Oregon. God, do I miss the Pacific Northwest? We definitely need to get back up there. Howdy from Southern California. For one, I very much appreciate the detailed explanation. Thank you, Patty. See, they like the detailed explanation. That's the whole point of the show. What is the preferred protein to add? Okay, so if a chicken's molting,
well, there
protein's protein,
there
right?
are feeds that have a higher protein if you want to go with just the one shop, feed. But I would add
soy is high in protein, right?
Yeah, that's typically what the protein comes from in the feed. Is it's typically soy. In an organic feed product, sometimes it's fish meal. So, but as far as protein goes, that can come from your kitchen, or it can be in the form of mealworms or black soldier flies. I wouldn't add more soy just because they get enough soy from the feed. And really, I wonder if that's really the optimal source of protein.
So
why don't you log in and show my video?
Okay, I'm going to attempt.
It could just run in the background.
All right. Well, okay. I will do that for you.
Meanwhile, I can take a question from.
Oh, you got to. Okay.
From the, I have it on my phone here. All the questions.
And I wanted to share something with everyone. I need people's opinion, and I love getting people's opinion. If that's okay.
Yes, of course.
I just had a meeting with the graphics artist, and I tell you, designing art to go on a package is very. What drive? Just
the
video.
Videos one,
Video.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Creating a sticker in this case. I'm not seeing it.
It was titled Treats.
It's not there yet. I want to get people's opinions because I tell you, there's, I don't want to say a debate, but a lot of conversation about the design. And the whole idea is we're going to be coming out with our water bars and our rope wrap roost bars to be on store shelves. And you got to create this sticker so that people stop and go, wow, what is this? And then that sticker has to get that person to say, oh, I want to buy this. And one of them is to have a die cut in the cardboard box for the rope wrap roost bar where people actually be able to reach in and touch it. It's a fascinating concept.
So how's that going?
It's going. I was going to share what it looks like, and I tell you, I absolutely love it. It's some major changes, but there's other things that have come up, and I always love. It's almost like this is our market analysis where I want to ask people that are the customers what they think. And it's not as easy as you would think, especially with the heated system. So it's not there. It's not there. You said you had a question? Jody says that she finds chicks in the pen in the fall bring more predators than chicks in the spring. I'm assuming what she's saying.
Yeah, I understand that.
Chicks bring predators,
Chicks
period.
bring-
Holy
yeah,
cow.
the peeping, especially if they're in distress. But I was just thinking that, the predators, when they're feeding their own young in the spring, they're much more active, especially the ones like foxes that are typically only active at night. They come out during the day. Same with coyotes, to mate and to find food.
I have something to ask you, and actually everyone out there. So I did look at that automatic door.
Oh, yes. So this week...
They must have a major blitz on it because it's coming up everywhere.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, did somebody else, or did you
But
see
I'm
it?
curious if other people have tried it. I was thinking about doing to them what people do to us, and that is I'm going to ask them, hey, will you give us a free product, and I'll
Well,
talk
it's
about
only
it.
$30 or something.
40, $39.99. How can you build an automatic chicken door for
and it's
$39.99?
aluminum with a sprocket.
Which it actually, the simplicity makes sense to me.
Okay,
When
so
we-
I was on Facebook. I hate to admit it, but I was on Facebook and I saw this ad pop up for a $40 automatic chicken door. So I
Marked
clicked,
down from 89, but how do you do that too? That
yeah,
drives me
so
crazy.
I bought it, and I bought two. So we'll see if it's.
You didn't tell me you bought them.
I bought two. Yes, I did. It's
Boy.
on the group chat with me and you and Ingrid.
Oh, okay. Well, so
You
I am
obviously
glad you
don't
did.
read.
I was.
But anyhow, I bought two of them. One for the coop that I'm building this weekend with my daughter, and then one just extra, just in case.
So I can't wait to find out what you think about it because the simplicity of it is great. When we were actually thinking about designing an automatic Carolina Coops door, that's actually what we came up with as far as the.
Oh, and it says made in the USA. So how can it be
How can
aluminum with
it-
a
you
sprocket
can't.
made in the USA for only $40?
You can't.
And everybody else is over $200.
You I shouldn't say you can't. There's
Yeah,
always a
and
way.
then I
but-
saw the exact same one on some other website. So that makes me think it's China, and they're just having.
They're awful right now. I can tell you right now.
It was like the exact same thing. You know how China makes.
Look
one
how they
thing?
copied our coop, and they're gonna sell it for $120.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, so
China.
you have something made in China, and then it gets sold on a bunch of different websites, maybe under different names. But yeah, it was the exact same picture and video had.
So when are you supposed to get said automatic door?
I don't know. I haven't gotten a shipping notification.
Okay, what was the note? What was the note that Non brought? I thought we had breaking news.
Something about Jonathan at Solar Solutions. Is that somebody you know, or is this?
Oh, so we need to talk about solar. Look, it's already 12:48. I told you. I so want to talk about solar because there's been a couple people that have been wanting to talk solar, and I didn't get to it last time. I really wanted to. So can we do it this time?
Yeah, sure.
I know it's not one of your favorite subjects. Is it going to bore
Well,
you?
no, because I've spent hours shivering in the cold while we tried to get solar working.
43 degrees Fahrenheit is
that's
not
shivering.
cold.
So
Oh
I
my-
kind of have a bad feeling about
I
solar.
remember
and then
that.
that guy complained like 2 more times that it wasn't working. I think we even went back. So
I remember you going,
and you
does it get this cold in New York? I'm like, I think I was still in a t-shirt. All right, so solar. Well,
so from my own personal experience, it doesn't work that well, and that's what you've said too.
okay, let's talk about it here.
So complicated.
Let's talk about it here in a couple minutes. Okay, it is complicated, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. But for the record, I love solar. I am a huge fan of the idea of being able to capture an energy
Well, yeah.
and use it.
Yeah.
But I'll explain why. It's not. Yes, I love the green side of it. Why
Yeah.
not? I know. I don't want to get into the whole debate about global warming, environmental manipulation, this and that. But bottom line is, don't be wasteful. I don't care if this planet was spotless and we were completely green. You don't want to be wasteful. But there is a time and place for solar, but there is a lot of confusion as to when it's a good idea and when it's a bad idea. And then the other thing, too, that I've been fascinated about is to find out that I think a lot of people that get into solar, and here's where I wish we had Ingrid, 'cause she used to work for a solar company and has a
right.
ton of solar. It's supposedly carbon neutral, which blows me away.
Yeah.
So, I would love to know more about that. As
I think in the chicken world, most people are interested in solar, not necessarily for environmental reasons. And I know that's kind of a stretch, but I would think because they don't have electricity at their coop.
for the convenience.
Right. I
That
think
is when
that's-
solar is great.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
think that's the primary reason why people want solar on their chicken coops.
So again, if you are just joining us for whatever reason, we are live. It is September 10th. It is Friday afternoon. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. We are here for you to talk about chicken coop construction and, of course, chickens.
I have a question.
Go ahead. That is Nan in her office with her principal microphone. And there is a delay, as you can hear in the background. But yeah, go ahead, Nan, with your question. It's going to take a couple seconds here. But look at Francine in capital letters. We just captured 13 raccoons and 7 skunks and had them evicted.
Can you hook up our heated water system to a solar panel?
Right. Okay. So I knew that was coming, and that is actually what we want to get into. So let's just go ahead and get into solar. Can we go ahead and get into solar?
The short answer is probably not.
Are we going to make T-shirts? Yours is going to say
it's
short.
So
Mine's going to
easy
say long.
to use solar for lights, but it's much harder to use solar to heat water.
Okay, so thankfully in today's technology, you're seeing solar more and more. And one of the things that made solar very complicated is the accessibility to get what you need, especially if you're custom making anything. When you can buy something that's already a complete kit that's designed for solar, like how a lot of automatic doors are, that's great. Here's what it comes down to is when you want something to be powered, you're going to want to be able to count on it. You're going to want to make sure it's dependable. And when I first really started getting into solar, it blew me away. If you look at the United States solar map and the ideal lighting conditions for it to be optimal so you can count on it, I want to say it blew me away. You have like, when you're doing your equations, it was like in Georgia, whereas the last place we did it, out in, I think it was Macon, Georgia, or whatever, when you did your calculations, you only had 3 hours of daylight. You couldn't say, well, in the summertime, I'm going to have 14 hours of daylight. No, it's optimal daylight. So here's the point, is you got to think about your usage. So let's go to our website, carolinacoops.com, and here we are. Oh, and there's our drive. Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, it did upload.
Oh, it did?
Do recent. Recent's on the left. There we go.
This is it here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, this is why I can't. So I got to download. Okay, so I can't get to solar. Download anyway. All right. Do you want to? Oh, okay, fine. Okay, so we're gonna download that. But I wanted to get to, because we do get this a lot. The question always comes down to about using solar for heating. All right, so here's the thing. Always think about what your usage is going to be. And what we get down to is the wattage. How much power is something going to need? Now, when you're using electricity, in this case, which is DC, okay, direct current, and you need to heat something up, you need a lot of power and a lot of amperage. Well, guess what? That's going to drain your storage bank, your power source, in this case, the battery, very quickly. So it takes a lot. So think about a toaster. Okay, and you got those heating elements on the inside. That's a direct short. That is electricity just flying through there, heating it up. The material is able to obviously take the heat, but that takes a lot of power. So you're going to drain your solar system very quickly, so it's not going to be dependable. If you want it to be dependable, like to use our heated water system and have it all on solar, the number of solar panels you would need and the storage bank. Oh, here we go.
You can just have that play in the background.
You're adamant about just letting it play in the background.
We've got some new
You can mute me if you want.
treats.
That was awfully loud.
Well, the chickens.
Well, I'm sure people
We're
are
very hungry.
Is this the same plate? Is this your plate?
No, this is the smaller version.
When they were hungry. That was a great shot.
Yeah.
So what did they like? What are they picking here?
Well, it was hard to tell. They really just ate it all equally. At first, I thought they were picking out the peas.
No slow motion? You should get a slow motion shot of this.
Yeah.
So I guess they like it, but again, in their defense, they were hungry.
So
they don't really look it.
I eat like that sometimes when I skip meals.
Not me.
No? What? You don't eat like that?
I was kidding.
Oh.
I get picked on. All right.
I do too.
So let's come back to this in a
Well,
second.
no, just let it play.
It's taking away from the screen. Thank you.
It's just so pretty to
It's
see
my show.
chickens and green grass.
I can do what I want.
I can't argue with that.
No, we'll get back to it. I love that you did that. It's a great shot. It's already 12:55. That's what I mean. The time just flies by. All right. So let's take a look at our heated water system right here. I'm going to use this as an example because people are always like, can I hook solar up to it? So you can absolutely hook solar up to this little pump that circulates the water because it doesn't require a lot of power. But this thing right here needs a lot of power. Okay, it's 1,000 watts. That's a lot. You're going to drain your solar system. So bottom line is, what I want for people to understand is, if you are looking to put solar on your chicken coop, for your lights, yes, it'll work well, because especially if you're using LEDs. If you're going to use a incandescent infrared 250 watt heat lamp, you're going to need a huge system. And you can do the math. And if I was more prepared, which I wanted to be, because I was going to make an official show about solar, and I was just teaching this to Maddie the other day, just do the equations. Numbers don't lie. And there's easy engineering equations when it comes to electricity where you can punch in the numbers and have it tell you what will be required. And I think you'll be surprised how much power, the size of your storage bank, and then how many watts of solar panels you'll need in order for it to be accountable. You might get lucky for a couple of days, but you don't want to only get lucky for a couple of days, especially with a water system. So does that make sense?
So it sounds like my short answer was right.
My answer was so long that I forgot what your short answer was.
For lights, yeah, and it's going to be more difficult to heat water. You know?
All right, so back to your video. This is a great video. We're going to bring it over here.
I pan up to show you my cute little bantam chicken.
Is that what's going on here?
There it is. Isn't that cute?
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Hold. I thought you weren't allowed to have chickens anymore. So this is not at your house.
Oh, surely not. No.
So what kind of bantam chicken are we looking at here?
That is a Belgian silver Tiakel.
Uh-huh.
It's a new breed.
All right. So, because I know people are going to ask.
It's like the millefleur, but it's silver, and I'm just such a fan of the spotted chicken. I don't know why, but I love the spotted chicken.
So what other chicken breeds are we looking at here that are just pecking away?
Some Americanas and
you and your Americanas.
Yeah, see, they're just clearing it out pretty equally.
Well,
you know,
no,
I'm not seeing any one item left behind.
What do we think the last thing will be to go?
It was all equal. I brought it in.
Well, we
someone stepped in it, and then
okay.
someone's
All right. Well, we're gonna get back to this. I promise.
That was about it. So thank you. Thank you for indulging me.
You are welcome.
I appreciate that.
Love the Premier one positive, negative poultry fence. Well, there is poultry fencing.
Well, go ahead and tell everyone the one that you use that you liked, because I want to know. I forgot what it was.
I don't remember. But I tell you, I did like it because it's very effective. But it's a pain in the butt when you're someone that's like me, where things got to be tight in a certain way. It'll drive you insane. But it did work. And it worked well with solar, because the power doesn't really need to go until there's a load, in this case, a chicken or someone touching it. But electric netting, I don't know how well it actually works on shocking the poultry.
Well, someone right there, it just says that it will hurt my birds, but they wouldn't sell it if it hurt the birds.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt the birds. If anything, I think they have a hard time actually receiving the shock because they got to complete the circuit. Mm-hmm. And I know with like my goats and my pigs, oh yeah, they got nailed. I mean, there's no protection there, right on that nose. But I think it did a good job keeping the turkeys in. And actually, to be fair, my chickens would fly right over it. So it's a very affordable way, especially if you want to move your fence around. But more importantly, I liked it to keep the larger predators out at night.
And it worked for that.
Beautifully.
Okay.
But then again, people are like, well, you got Gus around, that's why. Which is true. I do think a good farm dog is great to have.
Is he a farm dog?
Gus?
I mean, he's an all-purpose dog.
He's a snoring dog right now, and I can kind of hear him in my headphones. So I have electric poultry netting, but haven't electrified it. Will hurt it. I'm lost there. So Mike Trapp, good coops add value to the house, boost the selling price a few K, so one can buy a new coop in the new place. I'm lost there. Furniture dolly will work on concrete. Oh yeah, for car dollies, furniture dollies, those smaller wheels will absolutely work well on hard surfaces. Most of the time, you're pulling your coop out some rough terrain. And the bigger the tire, the better. And the dollies we have made, I wish Eric was here. Eric's actually, did you wonder where Eric is today?
I know because Maddie texted me last night and told me that they were going on a Coop build today. She just texted me for his phone number.
Gotcha. Yeah, so...
I think they were just coordinating the
right,
ride.
so we got Maddie still in sales training.
Yeah.
She has passed her 90 days. I actually was worried she was going to leave, but she did decide to stay. She somehow likes it here. Crazy. So they're doing a Coop for the first time.
Where are they going?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
So thanks. I'll give you a call. Yeah, Dee Dee, so just give us a call. It'll probably be easier. Mike Mueller, you are on our list to call. I'm actually so happy to see you. We are ready. We're ready. We're ready for you. This poor gentleman, he's been waiting. But I can tell you it was good to wait, especially with the lumber prices coming down. But he, hopefully we can make a deal with him. The Coop that is going to be, if his Coop doesn't go viral, nothing will.
Okay.
It is
Well,
intense.
I'm getting a little worried because I see a couple comments here. Mike Trapp and Francine say that Facebook ads are mostly scams from China.
Hold on. Why would that worry you?
Because I ordered 2 of them.
Okay, so you just scared me because I thought when you said I'm a little worried, it was on behalf of the show, on behalf of Caroline. You're just thinking about yourself.
Yes.
That's awfully selfish. They're horrible. I think I ordered Mike my son Michael another VR, and the price was so good to be true.
Right.
I ordered it, still not here, but I think it's because it just takes forever to come from China. But yeah, it's getting bad out there. That's why, you know what? I can see places like those ads on Facebook. It's not sustainable because people are going to catch on to them. But there'll have to be a solution like going to a website where people will talk to you every week live and stand behind not only their products, but also help educate you with maybe even other products. Yeah, especially if it sounds too good to be true. Love from India. Thank you. I think that might be our first time we've actually had anyone call from India or that was watching us. The problem was solar. Okay, here we go. When you really need the power is when there's the least amount of sun. That's what I'm saying. The dependability is just not there. But if you don't require a lot of power and you got a nice size storage bank with a battery, a fast charge, slow, oh my God, deep cycle. What the hell are they called?
Marine battery.
Well, marine batteries are that way, but they
deep
actually have
cycle.
solar batteries, deep cycle, but they'll recharge fast, slow discharge. There's a better term for it, but I don't remember. We use a dual pull trailer dolly to tractor our Coop around our property. Yeah, so there's many, many ways to move it around. So we got through the questions, got through the comments. We did pretty good, and it's only 1:03. Excellent. So I guess we get to end the show, don't we? Do we get to be done early?
Was there anything else? So we'll talk solar maybe another time.
Yeah, I
or-
would rather get into more. If I'm going to help people understand solar, I think it really starts with understanding what probably solar companies don't want you to know. I don't know. Electricity is just a bunch of numbers, really. I mean, you just do your math. The equations don't lie as long as you punch in the numbers correctly, and you will be a well-educated consumer. You'll know what you're looking at. And, you know, it's like, for example, yesterday we had a gentleman call from Texas, and he wanted to know what size what size circuit to run to his chicken coop for his poultry system. And then he started asking about, well, what about the heat lamp? And of course, I was like, well, I don't know if you want a heat lamp. He goes, well, I'm going to use it for a brooder, blah, blah, blah. And you just do a quick equation where you knew you got a light bulb, 250 watts. You take your, gosh, I'm going to screw it all up. But we did the equation where it's like I over E equals P or whatever. And boom, it came out to 253 watts, which is what the bulb would have been. So it was the right size circuit. Anyways, but that's what I want to do. I want to actually make it a little bit more official and correct.
And we should test it.
What, the numbers, the equations?
Solar system.
The solar system?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I do love solar. I absolutely love solar. And where did we lost your, I don't know how to get back to your video. I was going to finish it. And
Is it behind?
oh, you know, another thing we didn't do yet, and it's been so long since we've done Video Chicken, but there were some comments that I did go on. I know Ingrid said, Matt, after 5 o'clock, you're not allowed to read any more comments because you're not allowed to comment back. But I thought it would be fun to actually...
Wait, whose show is this?
But I do listen to others. So there were some things that were said that really pissed me off. I was like, oh, that's got to be brought up with Video Chicken. And I could go to. We never do it. If I go here, I hope we're not giving up any crazy. People are like probably pausing their screen, like, oh, what's he got? If we go to
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
If we go to our video, so we're gonna go over to video. We're gonna go over to the Carolina Coops channel content, and yeah, a lot of good stuff here. And so they separate the lives, the posts, the stories. There was something where I did want to read the comment and talk about it, but I really don't remember what it was. I figured Ingrid definitely would, and
what was the gist of it?
I don't remember. I am so burnt out. It's embarrassing. But we're going on the road. So I did want to talk a little bit about that. We are officially going to be, I'm going to be gone. I'm out of here. My time is up. Going out with the new guy. Can't wait to meet him. Have not met him yet. He's been with us for probably a month or so.
What is his name?
Zach.
Zach.
He's a veteran. Love veterans.
Oh, okay.
Love veterans. Just had a meeting with the local government about hiring, and I said I would absolutely love veterans. Mm-hmm. They're programmed to, here's a job, you get it done, end of story. Mm-hmm. It's just that simple. It's not complicated, but it is sad. I've had 2 of my friends kill themselves when they got back. It's just awful. Mm-hmm. Sad. So something that I hope that I can also help people out. And if it's a job, it was crazy because he said to me in the interview, he goes, well, what I learned in the military, I can't use in civilian life. I go, what was that? He goes, well, I blew stuff up and I had to keep myself from blowing up. So that is kind of a tough one to figure out how you're going to use that in civilian life. So we're going to teach him life on the road.
He can cut stuff up and not cut himself up.
Yeah, he's actually, so I've heard a lot of good things about him. But anyways, all right. So I think we're at the end. Oh, wait, there is one more. There's always, remember last time, and I think it was Francine too. We felt so bad. There was a comment at the end of last week's show when we already ended, and I would have loved to have gotten it. And then actually Gene Brady. I use 4-inch PVC pipes to move my coop. It does work. It's actually incredibly easy. So Cyrus, have you guys ever built a brooder setup with one of your coop builds? Introducing new chicks or adding new chickens to current flock seems like people talk about, but never good implemented systems. Yes, we have. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go back to carolinacoops.com. Yes, we have done it. We have a video for that. But let's go to... So talk us through this a little bit, because this is something that comes up a lot. Introducing younger hens to an existing flock. Do's and don'ts, things to think about.
Yes, they really need to be roughly the same size or, fully grown before you introduce them. Maybe not fully grown, I would say teenagers. Space seems to be critical. I've had no problem whatsoever in a free range situation where there's plenty of space and 2 feeding stations. I've had no issues there. So that seems to be critical. Distractions are nice, but really they're just going to fight it out for a week or 2. And you want to make sure nobody gets critically injured.
So, yeah, space is a huge one. And what I wanted to do is mention a couple things. Gosh, so... And to show you what we've done, there's a mixture of several things. But a lot of times in the very beginning, which I know you're going to say I'm not a fan of, I do love, if you time it right, to use your hen house as a brooder. And then if you are going to add new hens to your flock.
Just to correct, I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying that if you want if you want a tame bird, you just want to make sure that you go out there enough. And you're not going to have enough interaction if the chicks are being raised in an off-site location or remote location. Somewhere closer to your house might be better, but I've done it. Yeah. And this past year, with all the dust in one room, I said, I'm never raising chicks in the house again. Mm-hmm. Mark my word.
Mm-hmm. I'll put money on that one.
Yeah, really.
You probably already are.
No, I have no chickens.
All right. So, well, when a great way to, if you are going to introduce, here's a good photo. All right. I got a couple more examples, but just putting a wall down the middle, and if you can separate the runs, let them slowly get used to each other. I have a lot of customers, and we're custom building coops, like this one in Florida. That was an idea, and also to separate females from the males, the chickens and the roosters, the hens and the roosters. So having a wall in there is a good idea. But we did have one where it was a separate brooder. We separated the hen house also, where you can just, again, you just build a wall, section it off so that you can isolate baby chicks if you want, and especially if you already have your power there. It's great to use as a brooder.
Some people use the space underneath the hen house as well. That could make a nice brooder.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually, I think that's the photo I was trying to find where it was designed to be a brooder whenever she wants. There's nothing else you could do with it. But again, here's another wall. And if we go on to the other side, this was, again, for introducing younger hens primarily. So just building a wall. And actually, the coop we're about to do out in Santa Fe, I don't think I have the sketch.
And using that same concept, some people will use maybe a dog crate or something like that, a wire crate to have the chicks inside the run, well protected, so that they have a chance to get used to each other as well. Less construction that way.
Farmer Brad says, I've seen some where they put dowel rods spaced just enough so the smaller hens can't get in there, but the bigger hands, I'm assuming, the bigger hands.
Bigger hens, yeah.
Bigger hens. What's he mean there?
Like if you have a doorway, you can put dowels in there so that the chicks can squeeze through, but the hens can't.
Oh, okay.
And it would work vertically or horizontally. Just, you're making the space smaller. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Trying to think of where else I've seen that type of application, a whole different animal or whatever, but alrighty. Well, we got lots to do. I got to get ready to leave. So guys, Thank you so much. Kristen, thank you for finally showing up, but I'm glad you made the right choice. You always take care of the kids first. Again, Ingrid, wherever you are right now, I hope you're feeling better. And again, everyone, thoughts, prayers, good juju, good vibes, all that good stuff. It does help. Never hurt anyone. Send those to Ingrid. I do not know what's going on. I hope she doesn't get mad at me for talking about it, but we all love her, and I know you guys do too. She is, part of the family here, and we're going to be gone, or I'm going to be gone, so I don't know what the future holds for Video Chicken. My goal is still every Friday to hopefully do something. I don't know next Friday if I'll even be allowed to do it. Did you catch my live video of my COVID test yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I hope that turns out okay.
Yeah, tell me about it. So I had to, twice today, we had to send the test out early this morning, and I didn't use Gus's drool. I was going to, but I thought that would be wrong. Is that wrong? It was funny, though. Wasn't it kind of funny? I don't know. So most likely I'm going to do what I used to do in the past. I'll just go live. Maybe not have the fancy lights and the green screen, but I think it'll be really fun to show people behind the scenes what's going on, things we're building, especially if they have questions, because we finally are starting my second road crew, where the job is what we call full turnkey. Just like building a house. We're not bringing anything with us but tools. Some awesome tools, by the way. So it's going to be like watching a show of this old house. We're going to be there building, and there's just so many things that even, I often say, God, I wish I could show people this. Little tricks from the Japanese saw to things you got to think about when you're designing a chicken coop. Every day I at least talk to one customer like, gosh, I wish I would have just bought yours because of the domino effect and, of course, the cost of materials. So, and good luck to you building a chicken coop this weekend. I'm a little kind of upset I won't be there. But I know you got the skills, and of course you can always call me if you have any questions.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing some pictures.
Okay.
When it's all done. All right, guys.
Good.
Have a good weekend.
Bye,
we will
guys.
see you soon. Later.